Two babies born in the 80s, East Coast, yeah. One fire, one air, so you know the vibes is there. Met in 7th grade computer class. Since then, we continue to laugh. Crazy stories from teens till now. Some include caramel sundae and Cacao. Sit back, relax, we will speak our truth. Just remember, it all started in our youth. She be the ram and I be the twins. Don't ever think we can't compete to win. Cause she a natural born leader and I be two-sided. So you know we gonna hop on this podcast and ride it. Come on.
Welcome back to the Fire and Air podcast. I'm Ram.
And I'm Twin. Join us as we reminisce about the 90s and 2000s. And we're back with another letter from our school letter segment. This one is from Jamie. Jamie to Twin. Dear Twin, what's up? Nothing much here, just chilling. Remember what we were talking on the phone about? Judas? I don't think you should sweat what Judas is saying. Who is she and who are you? You are pretty and funny with a nice attitude. She is but ugly. She thinks she's all that and she's not. Skipping subject, I didn't watch Moesha. Did you? What was it about? Do you still think Britt is cute? I hope so, 'cause you guys would make a cute couple. Did you like the Down Low movie? I think it's funny when he says, down boy down. Did you see Ram's hair? It's frizzy. She should put gel in it. Don't tell her I said that. Well, I have to bounce. Love ya. Right back today. Jamie. P.S. Caramel Sunday told me she's so happy. She likes Jerry a lot.
Yo, I promise you, you cannot make this shit up. Jamie talking about Judas in this letter is nothing, nothing but more proof of
Right.
Judas being a demon.
That's exactly my thoughts. Another person speaking on how ugly inside and outside Judas was. What a surprise.
Right. And I loved how she was bigging you up in the letter. It was like she was trying to combat whatever bullshit Judas was spewing to you.
Right.
Like when she said you're pretty and funny with a nice attitude, I was like, oh, that was so sweet. And this is all
Yeah.
true. Twin
Thank
is all of those things. But
thank
that's the kind
you.
of friends you want, girl. Yeah, someone to have your back.
Right. Yeah, that was really sweet of her to point that out. And for you to
Yeah.
point it out too.
Yes. But you know what else is funny about these letters? Like, we were all crushing on the same boys.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, damn, I guess everybody was feeling Brett.
Everybody. But I was wondering, like, did you like him like that? I feel like you only liked Albie Shore.
I I feel like I only liked Albie Shore. Maybe I said Britt was cute. I could see myself saying that for sure.
She was, which he was.
Mm-hmm.
But Brett was in everybody's letter.
Yes.
Let me find out.
Right.
Um, but seeing some of the shit that these girls was writing in these letters about me,
Yeah.
it's exactly why I struggle with being open to new relationships. When
Mm.
I say relationships, I'm talking about any type of relationship because motherfuckers is shady as shit.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't understand why Because this is like the second or third letter where people are coming to me and talking to me about you, but they knew how close you and I were. So I don't
Right.
understand why they were like putting me in that weird position. Like, huh?
And these are my so-called friends. This is not
Right.
even like people that I'm beefing with. And I
Right.
understand, we was in middle school, bitches is petty, but
Mm.
Jamie was my friend. Like we've been friends since
Yeah.
kindergarten,
Yeah. You knew her before me, before I
like for
even,
life.
before I even met her.
It's just so funny.
Yeah.
And I'm not even gonna dig into her comment about the frizziness of my hair because coming from someone who's not even black, like
Right. Right.
it's it just really highlights what the standard of beauty was, it's particularly in her eyes.
Right.
Um, but it's not that deep. We was 12, 13. And plus
Hmm.
we still had gym at that time. What the fuck?
Right. Right.
I was playing, nigga.
Yeah.
But I find it so funny how none of these motherfuckers had enough balls to say none of this shit to my face. Like
Right. Yeah. It's
every
strange.
it's hilarious how they was both like, don't tell them I said that.
Yeah. Like they were like, I don't know, were they scared of you? Because that's what it seems like.
It does seem like that, but I wasn't even like I wasn't fighting like that. So
Strange.
it was strange.
Mm.
But
Mm-mm-mm.
that's the kind of shadiness is like that's exactly why as an adult I rely so heavily on my intuition when it comes to people because
Mm.
motherfuckers will smile in your face and befriend you, but be stabbing you in the back the whole time. I feel like I really experienced that more down here though. I feel
Mm-hmm.
like up north, if you don't fuck with somebody, you don't fuck with them.
Right.
But out here, niggas will be your friend, but really don't like you. It's such a weird thing.
Wow.
So I feel like I I've always rely on my intuition. What
Mm-hmm.
about you? Do you use your intuition to determine if you fucking with somebody or not?
Hell yeah, I was just saying at the last podcast, like whatever your first thought is or your gut feeling about something, you're usually going to be right. That's usually the right decision or thought. So yes, I do. I use it a
Yeah.
lot. Mm-hmm.
Gotta trust that shit. Don't doubt it.
Right, right. Don't brush it
That
off.
exactly. Now I don't know if you have noticed, twin, but Moesha has come up in so many fucking letters.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
I feel like it comes up in every letter.
It really does. It really does.
And so we already touched on the impact that Moesha had on the culture growing up in one of our last episodes, maybe 2 or 3 episodes ago. And
Mm-hmm.
so just like the movies, we're gonna come up with our top 10 shows growing up that had the most impact on us. We're gonna say the most impact. These are some of one of the most or 10 of the most memorable TV shows for each of us. So,
Yes.
Quinn, start us off. What the first show on your list and
Okay.
why did you love it?
Okay, so the first show on my list is The Price is Right.
Oh shit.
And the show premiered in September of 1972 on CBS with Bob Barker as the host. This was one of those shows like as a kid we would like only catch it if we had like a day off from school or if we were like sick from school because it came on at like 11 o'clock in the morning, like Monday through Friday. And I loved guessing the price of the items. It was one of those shows that would have you yelling at the TV because some of the people used to kill it. Like when the contestants would have to guess the price of like a home stereo system, and someone would say some dumb shit like $7,000, and you'd just be yelling at the TV like, what? So yeah, that was one of my like favorite shows when I did catch it, and it was just a good game show. I really, really loved it.
That shit's still on to this day. Fucking Wayne Brady was fucking hosting it for a while, but I think it's somebody else now.
I just I
I'm sorry, it wasn't Wayne Brady. It was that
the
other dude, that
I
white dude with the
I
glasses.
I know who you're talking about. I,
Yeah,
I
y- you don't
no,
like
I
it.
don't want it. I don't want it. That's what I be talking about. Like, and I know Bob Barker, like at one point he retired. So I guess, instead of just ending the show, they wanted to continue it. But I don't know, something about Bob. He just really held that show down. I can't, no, I don't want the other people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad.
Yes.
Okay, that was a good one. So this goes back to like I was a child, probably like
Okay.
6, 7 years old. Fucking Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Oh, yeah.
I loved Alvin and the Chipmunks. I think it came on at 3 p.m. after
Okay.
school, 3 or 3:30.
Yes.
I don't know. Their music was good. They was singing songs, and Alvin had the best voice. And I know he was a chipmunk, but he was cute,
He was cute.
right?
Yes.
His ass stayed in trouble though. I don't know why, but he was always in some shit.
He was. He really was.
But that's it. I don't have nothing else to say about it. That shit was the shit.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Okay, so my next one is Where in the world is Carmen
Carmen
Sandiego?
Sandiego. Yo,
Yeah. Yep.
classic, my nigga. That was crazy. Wow. You took it all the way.
Yo, when I tell you, like, I can't tell you how, like, me and my brothers, like, absolutely loved this show.
Yeah.
The show aired on PBS, September 1991 and until December 1995. When I was reading up on the show, I didn't know it started out as a computer game. The show was like a game show, and it was great because it taught like kids like geography, and the contestants would have to answer questions about geography. I love the end where they had the large map and they would have to call out. I mean, they would call out the states or countries, and the contestant would have to run and put the marker on the map before time was up. This was another show where I'd be yelling at the TV because the contestants would be getting the country or the state wrong. But that show, like, I don't know, that show was awesome. I just loved that show for real.
It was really good. And it was educational. Like,
Yes, yes.
they don't have this shit no more.
No, they
I don't know what
don't.
happened.
Right. Yes.
That was a really good one.
Mm-hmm. What you got?
Um, my next one is A Different World.
Oh,
I love this show.
yes.
I love this show. Like this show made me want to go to an HBCU. And
Yeah.
ultimately I did.
Right.
But even the Cosby Show, which Bill Cosby was the creator of A Different World,
Mm-hmm.
um, but the Cosby Show too, because if you remember, he used to either have a Coogee sweater on
Yes.
or he had a sweatshirt from an HBCU, and it'd be different colleges each time.
Yes.
Um, but A Different World was different because it just showed you what college life could be like for a black person.
Mm-hmm.
The fucking acting was exceptional. Like
Yeah.
Dean Hardison, Jasmine Guy, Cree Summer, and then if you remember Denise was on fucking A Different World, but she was also on the Cosby Show.
Right. Yes. Yes. Yeah, the
Uh,
Different World was definitely classic TV.
yes, everybody wanted to go to Hillman.
Yes.
It was a good show. It was a family show and it was funny. And I just feel like I miss TV like this.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, especially about college life. There weren't a lot of TV shows out at that time that especially highlighted black colleges and what, life was like for kids or, young students during that time.
Yeah, but now that you say that, I don't think there was any shows about
Right.
college life,
Yeah.
regardless of race.
Right.
I think it was ahead of the time.
They were.
What is next on your list?
So the next one on my list is Double Dare.
Oh shit.
This was another household favorite. Me and my brothers loved this show. It aired from 1986 to 1993. This was a family game show on Nickelodeon where, two families would compete and they would have to answer trivia questions and they would have to complete physical challenges. The host was Mark Summers. I love the end when the family that won the trivia, they would have to go through the different obstacle courses and find the flag at each obstacle. I remember clearly me and my brothers really tried to emulate this and we would like hide flags around the house and we would have to find we would have to
No,
find them.
that sounds like fun though.
Yes, that was like one of our favorite shows to watch back in the day.
Yeah, Double Dare was fun. It
Yeah.
was good as hell.
Yeah. What's on your list?
First of all, I love that you be having facts and statistics. I'm gonna do better next time.
Nah, nah.
I just be talking about what I liked about it.
No, that's good.
Yes, I mean, but I'm just saying, like, I like how you did research.
Thank you. Thank you.
Next on my list is again something from childhood. Do
Okay.
you remember Fraggle Rock?
Yes. 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 That was
This
when we
show,
was young.
that
Yeah,
guy. This show was so weird.
it
Like
was.
looking back at it, like I don't know why we were in a cave. I don't know why we were singing and bopping our heads with the crazy ass yarn hair,
Yeah.
colorful, colorful yarn hair,
Uh,
swinging all over the place.
right.
But it was good. I don't know. It kept me entertained.
Yes. Yes. I agree. That's a good one.
Yeah. All right. What you got?
Okay, so the next one I have is The Real World. Okay.
Yeah. On my list
It
too.
is? Oh
Yes.
shit. Yo. Okay. So I think this was one of the first reality shows I remember watching. It aired on MTV from 1992 to 2017. It was about a group of young people from around the country picked to live in a house together. And we just saw how like literal strangers lived with one another under one roof and they also had to get a job. Well, they already had like a set job for them, so they all had to work at the same job together. It was a really good show. I remember if I remember correctly, the location of where they would live was like always a surprise until like the last minute. I actually didn't know it ran that long until 2017. I think the early years were the best. I don't think I watched beyond like the early 2000s. I love the real world, Las Vegas and Seattle. And the Seattle one was the one where they lived on the pier in that
With
huge
Cyrus.
house.
Is that the one with Cyrus?
I think.
I couldn't stand him.
Oh, right. And all of the houses that they lived in were like always decked out and cool. But the Seattle one was like a huge controversial one because one of the cast members, Steven, I don't know if you remember when he slapped
Yes. And
Irene.
when he threw a little stuffed animal in the water,
Yeah, yeah.
Smack was fucking hilarious.
Yo, the I mean, we're not saying violence is hilarious, but you guys, if you've never seen this particular episode, you have to look it up and watch it because the way that Steven smacked Irene was just so I don't even know what the word I
She deserved it though. She was killing it. She had been killing it. That shit was funny.
It was.
Now I have to look it up on YouTube because you guys should too.
Yeah. I remember it was such a huge thing. It was like so controversial, but yes, I definitely have The Real World on my list. And it's funny that you have it too.
Yes, I feel like just like you said, it was the beginning of my love for reality TV. It was like the first reality show I feel like I've watched.
Hmm.
And it was just intriguing because I feel like in the early years, people weren't acting, they were truly being themselves.
Yeah.
Whereas like the later it got, because I watched it for a very fucking long time,
Okay.
but towards the end, niggas was acting and it was putting on for the cameras.
Wow.
So that shit got corny.
Mm,
But in the early years,
yeah.
when people weren't acting and they were being themselves, and that the conflict that comes from just being yourself with strangers,
Right.
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
when the fights popped off, oh my gosh.
Yeah. 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 I think MTV really I don't know who thought of that shit, but it was it was genius, you know? It really was.
Genius. And I've been hooked on reality TV ever since.
Right. Right.
Can't look away. All right. Well, can I go next? Because this is kind of connected to real world.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So off of Real World, there was another show that MTV had that was running at the same time called Road Rules.
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
remember that shit?
Yeah.
And it was kind
Mm.
of along the same lines where it was seven strangers, but instead of living in a house, they lived like on a fucking RV. And they had to do like stupid ass challenges, like on the
Right.
road. I don't know where they would go, like all across the country and do
Hmm.
little challenges along the way. And I guess to win money.
Right.
Well, after a while, MTV got creative again and they made this thing called the Real World Road Rules Challenge,
Hmm.
where they had like select cast members from different seasons of both of those
Yeah.
shows. And then they would compete on different challenges. It'd be like fucking obstacle courses, trivia games, like all types of fun, adventurous challenges.
Hmm.
I fucking loved this show. Like,
Yeah.
I felt like back in the day, I was an adventurous person and I'm already mad competitive. And I
Right.
wanted to be on this shit so
Yo. I can see you doing that shit too,
right.
yo.
Right. That's see, you freaking know. I really would. I don't know about now, but like that should be it looks so fucking fun.
Yeah.
Um and then like the show has evolved. It's still on.
Is
Um
it?
yes, but
Oh,
it's not cast members anymore, obviously. I'm not even gonna get into how they select the people, but it's called the challenge now.
okay.
It's so fucking good. It's still
Wow.
good. Like,
Wow.
and so they have like two versions. Like, there's one on that comes on MTV,
Mm-hmm.
and then they have another version called All Stars, that comes on Paramount. So like, I'll turn on Paramount for like a couple of months, and then as soon as that shit ends, I turn that shit right the
Yeah.
fuck off. But I love this show. I sure do. And there's nothing else on that fucking streaming channel that I want to watch. Like, I mean,
Right.
there's stuff on there, but like, that's the
Mm.
only show I have it for. But
Okay.
anyway, I digress. The challenge, that's my shit.
Nice. I remember that
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah, that like competitive game type shit.
Right.
Love it. All
Okay.
right. What's next on your list?
So the next one on my list, I kind of group some like I group three into one. So I have Jenny Jones, Ricky Lake, and Sally Jesse Raphael.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good, son. That's good. Wow.
Shout out to Jenny Jones. She is a Gemini. But First off, these type of shows, like talk shows, these shows, like my father would ban like me and us from watching this shit. He never thought like these shows were good for like kids, like because they were so like salacious and scandalous, and they had some wild ass topics back in the day. Um, sorry, Dad, it worked for a while, but then I don't know, I went ham. Like I was
Niggas
watching
was
these shits
thinking,
like yo, I was watching these shits like every day. They would have like segments that were like, I got pregnant and married my cousin, like crazy shit, yo.
yeah, yeah,
Then on the flip side, they would have like segments where they would do like makeovers for women. And I really loved that stuff. I don't know. I just love these shows because they were so like juicy and scandalous and salacious, and I couldn't help it. And I just loved it. I loved it.
yeah. I remember you loving fucking Jenny Jones. Like, that was your bitch.
Yeah.
She was alright for me. Ricky Lake was my bitch. Ricky
Yeah.
Lake came on at 5 p.m. every day at 5. It was super good. I think she was right after Oprah because I think Oprah was at 4.
Yep. They had the TV talk show segment on lock.
They
And
really
Montel
did.
Jordan, not Montel Jordan,
Montel Williams.
Montel, Montel
Yep.
Williams and Jerry Springer too. Jerry Springer
Yeah.
was probably the worst out of all of them, though.
But no. Okay. Yes. Jerry was the most salacious, but back in the day, Jerry was good.
No,
Like good,
yeah,
bad.
it
Like
was.
bad, good, good, bad. What it, you y'all know what we mean. That shit
Right.
was so good, but it was so crazy.
It was. It was. Mm-hmm.
Like the fact that Steve the bodyguard, that nigga had a fucking talk show after that.
Oh yeah, that's right. He did.
Can't. I never watched it because I just couldn't.
Me neither.
Because Jerry got crazy towards the
No,
end.
it did. I couldn't. It
Like,
was too much.
what's happening here?
Right. Right.
So my next one, and this is so timely, but Beverly Hills 90210.
Yes.
Can you believe Shannon Doherty just died?
I know. It's so sad.
So, RIP to Shannon Doherty, which
Yes.
I just have to say, side note, Charmed wasn't on my list, but because of Shannon Doherty, Charmed was the shit. I never watched
Yeah.
it like while it was running, but like I
Mm-hmm.
caught all the reruns.
Right.
Show was amazing.
Yeah, I like that show a lot.
But 90210, and I didn't realize it at the time. That shit was a teen soap opera. Like
Yeah. Yes.
that's what it was. It was so good. The cast was fire.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody had like their own little personality.
Right.
Um, it was just a really good show. I liked all the characters. I loved me some Brandon. I thought he was the cutest.
Yes. Yes. I
Like he was
agree.
fun.
That show was really, really good. I used to watch it all the time too.
It was like 90210 was for the teens, and then Melrose Place was for the
Oh my God.
adults.
Yo, that's my shit. I,
Yeah.
yeah, Melrose Place, I can go on a whole rant, but yes, that was my show.
Yeah. But I remember my mom sometimes would make us leave the room when Melrose Place came on.
Yo, Melrose Place used to be crazy as fuck, yo.
It was. It was.
Yo, hell
All
yeah.
right. What is next on your list?
So the next one on my list is Iron Chef Japan.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Memories.
Yeah, the original Iron Chef Japan. I'm not talking about the new shit, okay?
Let's be
So,
clear.
yeah, let's make that clear. This show was so classic and fucking good and hilarious.
Yes.
Um, I'm sorry, it premiered October 1993 to September 1999. It was a cook-off show between chefs. The contestant would choose from Iron Chefs from Japan, China, France, or Italy. Firstly, it was a show. Whenever Ram came over my house, we would watch that shit with my second oldest brother like all the fucking time. And the show came on, like we would catch reruns, like it came on late, like 12 a.m. So I would make her stay up for that shit.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes. And be mad as hell if I fell asleep.
hell
Like,
yeah, yes. Um, this was a show, this was a Japanese show. So they had voiceovers because it was literally all in Japanese. First off, the voiceovers always fucking killed it, yo. The voice
extra dramatic for no reason.
extra dramatic for no reason. Like I don't know who the people were, if they were literally like people who were Japanese as well. I don't know. And the host, oh my God. The host was Takashi Kaga, known as Chairman Kaga. Bram. Do you know when I looked on Wikipedia what they described him as?
What? What?
They said this motherfucker is flamboyant, yo. And it
Yes.
had me rolling because this motherfucker was so extra about everything, especially the fucking outfits that he would have on. Yo, it was over the top, like extra for no reasons. Every outfit he had frills or ruffles or some sort of sequence.
Yep.
And it it was just funny as fuck. It was a really like awesome cooking show, and I'm just mad that it's not on TV anymore. Like if I want to watch it, I have to find episodes on YouTube.
Yeah, because they try to do like a newer version with his, I think it was his nephew who was the host.
Really?
You never seen it?
No.
He looks just like him. He looks
Wow.
exactly like his uncle. It's scary.
Are you
You have to
serious?
fucking watch it. I mean, it was all right. It was all right. Um, it was good, but it's not. It wasn't the original. The original is a classic show. I feel like there's
Yeah.
nothing like that.
Yeah.
It was so unique.
Yeah, it really was.
And my favorite was Chef Morimoto, who just so fucking coincidentally happened to be on this last season of Top Chef on
Wow.
on a finale. He was a featured chef on the finale.
Nice.
Um, but yeah, that was a good pick, man. I
Yeah.
I very clearly remember the three of us watching that shit rolling,
Yeah.
rolling. I remember the judges, and remember that old lady?
Yes.
He was no joke.
No, it was very hard to impress her.
Yes. I miss that show.
Me too. I love it so much.
Yeah, we had the fucking best
Yes.
childhood. Like, I'm
Yes.
sorry.
Yes.
There was nothing like it.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. My next one is Saved by the Bell.
Oh, y yes. Yes.
It
Yes.
was just a fun show. Like,
Yeah.
I loved Zach and his badass. I think it was so mischievous.
Yeah.
But he was a good guy, but he was bad.
He was. He was. He was.
I loved him and Kelly together.
Oh,
Jessie was a hater, even though she was a great dancer, but she was a hater. Like
she was.
she killed it all the time.
She did.
Um, Lisa was the only black girl, and she was mad pretty and stylish.
Mm-hmm.
Slater was fine as hell and good at everything, and that made Zach, except for academics, actually,
Right.
he was not no good. But Zach used to be mad jealous of him, especially remember when Slater and Kelly started dating?
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Then you had Screech, which unfortunately, as good as the character was,
Mm.
I don't know. I felt like that character just stuck with him and he couldn't get away from it.
Yeah, that's
Kind of
true.
like remember Jaleel White playing Urkel on Family
Yes.
Matters? Like, nigga,
Yeah.
you will always be Urkel,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Right.
They try to get slick and make him Stefan.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. I remember that clearly. That bullshit.
I feel like Jaleel White was tired of playing that goofy ass nerd.
Right.
Was like, no,
Yeah.
switch up this character or else.
Right.
But that shit didn't even last long. I feel like once they brought Stefan out, it was like that was the end.
Yeah. It was. It got a little strange after
It
that.
did. It
Yeah.
did. The Saved by the Bell was a shit. It was a great show for teens. You
I
know,
agree. I
I
agree.
loved it. It went for a while too. I think once they got to the college years, I was like,
Right.
I can't
Yeah.
do it anymore.
Right. No, I agree. Saved by the Bell was definitely one of those shows that I was always watching as a kid too. For
Hmm.
real. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay, so next on my list is It's Showtime at the Apollo.
Oh, yeah, I should have
Yo,
known. I should have known. Lord have
an-
mercy.
another show I would make Rem stay up for and watch because the shit wouldn't come on until like 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning.
Hmm.
This was my show. This was my show. Again, it came on Saturday night, really Sunday morning, like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning. I would literally stay up on a Saturday just to watch it. It aired from September 87 to May 2008. It was like a variety show. Different contestants would come out and perform their talent, and it could range anything from singing to stand-up comic or dancing and more. The show had a host. It had a few different hosts. It had Sinbad, it had Mark Curry, it had Steve Harvey, and co-host Kiki Shannon.
Yo, Twin hated this bitch.
No,
When I tell you Twin hated Kiki Shepard, she
I
fucking hated
yeah,
her.
I know that sounds crazy. Let's be clear. She's a beautiful woman. She's a
She
beautiful.
is.
But I felt like she always was doing the most. Like she was so extra. I don't know. People with doing extra shit just kind of irks me. But she was always doing some extra shit for no reason. And I would always rant about it. I would have to always hear about it. Oh.
The rants was crazy, yo. Mind you, we're like 13 years.
Oh, I feel bad now.
I mean, listen, it was harmless. It was harmless. It's not like she was bullying the bitch. She's just a grown
I
ass lady on TV. That shit was funny though. That shit was funny.
yeah. The show was filmed at the historic Apollo Theater in Harlem. And the show would always have like special performances like Mary J. Blige and Aaliyah, and I think Jodeci as well performed there. The theater, the Apollo Theater, it started out as like a burlesque theater in 1913. And then by 1934, it was taken over by Cohen and Schiffman, and they converted it into a venue for black entertainers, and it also had an all black staff. And the Apollo Theater was like very important to the community of Harlem because, black performers in the early 20th century were not allowed to perform at other venues, but they could perform at the Apollo. So yeah.
Shit was fire.
Yeah, it was.
You remember when my mom took us there?
Yes.
Wasn't that sweet?
Yes. Yeah, that was really nice of her. Yes.
Yeah.
I d-
Mommy,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, 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 go ahead.
It always looked so much bigger on TV. Not to say that it was small
Yes.
like when we
No, it
got
was.
it was, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Yeah. On TV, it looked huge.
Mm-hmm.
And you was like, oh, ain't that big.
Right.
It looked exactly the same, but I
It
mean, like,
did.
it looked the same, but it just is not as big as it looks on TV,
Right.
which is amazing.
Right. Yeah. Yup.
Okay, that was a good one. That was a good one. Steve Harvey was a good host, though.
No, he really
I loved
was.
him as a host.
Me too. Me too.
Um, so my last one is Days of Our Lives.
Mm.
These are the days of our lives.
You love that show, yo.
Yeah, this is probably my all-time favorite show. And it's funny, I didn't get introduced to this show until I was a junior in high school.
Mm-hmm.
I was first introduced to soap operas by my grandmother, who would watch and record every episode of Guiding Light, Bold and Beautiful, and As the World Turns. Those were her three
Wow.
fucking soap operas, and she watched that shit every day. And just in case she wasn't there, she recorded it on her VHS. And so everyone knew there were certain VHSs that you could not fucking record over, or else you would die. Um, so when we were in high school in our junior year, we used to have these days where we got out of school at like 11:30 a.m. or maybe
Mm.
1 p.m. And
Right.
so after school, we would typically go to my house, eat, and watch TV.
Right.
Now, Twin used to watch this crazy
Yeah.
ass soap opera called Passions.
Yeah.
And I say it was crazy because it was beyond fucking
Yeah.
fictional.
It was over the top, yo.
Over the top. It was filled with magic, witches, demons, talking dolls, all types of fucking ridiculous shit. But it was good.
Yeah.
And so the storyline was so fucking interesting. But they would kill it because it would take like one day on the soap
Yo.
opera was 1 month for us.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Don't get me started. Don't get me started.
But the storylines would be take
They
forever to
would.
get through.
They would.
But I say all this to say, Passions, it used to come on at 2 p.m. And right before that was Days of Our Lives that came on at 1 p.m. So while
Mm.
we was waiting for Passions to come on, we'd watch like the second half of Days.
Right.
That shit was pretty good too. It wasn't as entertaining as Passions, but it
Mm-hmm.
was good.
Yeah.
And Passions got canceled,
Right.
which we was pissed about because
Yes. We were so.
we was hot. And so I would still watch Days. And
Mm.
so like that was my shit. And I've
Yeah.
not stopped watching that show ever since. Like I remember going away to college and begging my mom to buy me a TV just so I could watch
Yo. Yo.
Days after school. He bought me like a little 19-inch little box TV, which was fine.
Right.
That's all I need. I just need to be able to watch Days of Our Lives.
Right.
And then after some time, DVR came out and it was a wrap.
Right.
Like that was the only reason I bought DVR just for that. And to this day, because the shit is still on,
Mm-hmm.
to this day, it is the very first show that I watch after work Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
I could not watch anything else
Yo.
before I watched Days of Our Lives.
Yo. I can attest to that because I remember when you came to visit me in June, and you was like, "Yo, we gotta watch Days of Our Lives, the new episode." I was just like, "Okay, yes, get your daily dose. Do you?"
Yeah, because it was Friday, so it's Cliffhanger Friday. You don't know nothing about soap operas. You know on Friday they're gonna leave you with a cliffhanger, so you
Yeah,
can't wait till fucking Monday.
yeah,
So it's Cliffhanger Friday, and I couldn't miss that shit. I couldn't wait 3, 4 days till I got back home.
yo.
But that shit been on since 1965, and
Wow.
yeah, that shit been on for a minute. And this is what I love about this particular soap opera. Maybe it's like this on all the other ones. I don't really watch any other soaps.
Hmm.
But on this one, for the most part, the characters have been on here
Yeah,
forever.
they
Like,
have.
one of my favorite things about this show is when they do flashbacks and you see the same character when they was like a teenager or in their early
Yeah.
20s, and these niggas is like 70 years old right
Right.
now. Like,
Yeah.
uh, I fucking love this show.
Right.
When they was canceling all those soap operas, like I was praying, please don't cancel mine. Thank God NBC kept it. And
Right.
then, Peacock came out, and I'm so happy Peacock picked it up
Yeah.
because I don't know what I would have done.
Nah, no, yeah, no. Days of Our Lives is good, but they do be extra with it sometimes. And I be getting upset, like, what the fuck?
They do. They do. They be having people
Yeah.
possessed by the devil and shit.
Yeah, like the storylines be so exaggerated, yo. Exaggerated.
I mean, okay, that was my 10th one.
That's your 10th one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm on my 8th one, so I have three more. I don't know
Oh,
how.
bitch.
I don't know. I don't
All
know.
right. Go ahead.
All right.
I do have a bonus, but go ahead.
Okay. So my next one is The People's Court.
Oh my gosh, I fucking hate that show.
You do? How dare
Hate it,
you?
but I
Are
don't
you
love it.
serious?
It's all the court shows. That's what it is. It's not specifically the People's Court. It's the court shows, that
But
genre.
this one is like the original, though.
It's
It,
funny. I'm not gonna lie.
it really is like the original. So I remember me and my brothers would watch this show all the time. And I have to just do it like a side note because I keep mentioning my brothers. So in my house, right? It was me and my two older brothers and my mom and my dad. And like TV in our house was like, it was just a thing, like, and because like all of us liked different shit, like my oldest brother, he was always watching sports, anything to do with sports, football, basketball, whatever, soccer, you name it. He was always watching sports. My second oldest brother, he was into sci-fi, Star Trek and The Matrix and shit like that. Me, you guys heard what I was watching. So it got to a point where we were literally fighting over the fucking TV like on a daily fucking basis. So my parents had to like come up with this fucking method in order for us to stop this fucking fighting. So it went from the oldest to the youngest, which is me. So whatever my oldest brother wanted to watch, that was his choice. Now you had the choice. You want to stay and watch it? Okay. If not, you could leave, whatever the fuck. But it was his choice. If he wanted to watch a fucking football game that lasted 4.5 hours, it was
Um,
his choice. You didn't have no fucking say in it. Then it would be my next oldest brother's choice. If he wanted to watch his fucking Star Trek for whatever, how long it was, you could watch it with him and leave the room, whatever. It was his choice. So it like we had to rotate like that. And again, if somebody wanted to watch a movie and it was 2.5 hours long, you had no fucking say. That's just how it was. Okay. Because we were literally fighting over who was watching what. I digress. But I find it nice that we did have a lot of shows that we did like to watch together, and this was one of them.
aw,
If I remember correctly, I believe the People's Court came on like during the day, kind of like maybe right after The Price is Right, or maybe around that time, like Monday through Friday. And I think when we were watching it, we were like catching the reruns. Let's see. The show started from 81 to 93, and then it was revived from 1997 to 2023. And I'm thinking maybe this was actually my first reality show now that I'm thinking about it. This was a
mm,
classic show because it just showed about people bringing their small claims to court, and you got to watch how it all played out. The theme music was always so classic. I don't know if you remember, but Harvey Levin was the host at one point of the show. He's the guy on
Yes.
TMZ now. Um, I was trying to find the other host's name. I couldn't find his name, but I remember him specifically because he, at the end, when the plaintiff and defendant would come out, he would ask questions and stuff. But he was like so
Mhm.
fucking shady, yo, and he would be playing in them people's faces with comments and questions, and I would fucking be rolling, yo.
That was your favorite part.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yes. And the judges on the show, they didn't play either, but they were fair. And the judges were there was Judge Koch, Judge Shilen, and Judge Million. And that was like, yeah, one of my favorite shows to watch for
Oh,
sure.
I remember Koch. He was the old guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Milian was she was the Spanish, the
Yeah,
Latin lady. I liked her. She was cool.
me too. Yeah. Yes. So the People's
Okay.
Court, yes.
What else is on your list? I already know one that I'm sure is gonna be on there. I just haven't heard it yet.
Well, you're about to hear it now. The Golden
Hmm.
Girls.
And there it is.
The Golden,
And there it is.
the Golden Girls. This show is so fucking classic and good. When I think about the Golden Girls, it's really like the first version of like Sex in the City. Like Sex in the City, I don't know how y'all got away with that, but y'all got away with that, okay? This show aired on NBC from 1985 to 1992. I actually didn't start watching The Golden Girls till I was probably like in my late teens. But when I turned it on, there was no stopping me, boy. I got like the whole, like all seasons, or every season on DVD somewhere. This show is fucking hilarious. The characters are Dorothy and her mother, Sophia. And Sophia is like the old school spicy Italian lady, and she just be saying whatever the fuck she wants. She don't give a fuck. And Rose is like the nitwit from St. Olive, and Blanche is the slut. And the show is like, it's just about four older women. The show,
Shit. You floozy.
yeah, it trollop. The show is about four older women and how they like navigate their lives in Miami. The show's won many awards. One is, an Emmy twice for Outstanding Comedy Series and a Golden Globe for Best Television Series. This is another show that I would make Ram watch.
Mm-mm-mm.
I just love this show. Like every episode to me is funny. They were going through like real life challenges and events, and the dynamic of the four women together is just pure comedy. It gets no better, and it's a really good show. It's really, really good.
It was a good show. I had a love-hate relationship with it.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know why. I don't think I wanted to watch old white ladies.
Really?
Not trying to be racist or anything. I think that I just wasn't interested in it at that time. That said, every episode that I watched was good. I mean,
Yeah.
it
It's
was a
so
good show. It was
yeah.
it was a good show.
It's so funny, yo.
And each one had their personality. And to your point, like when you said Sex in the City, I was like, oh shit. And it reminds me of Sex in the City, like you said, and then Living Single. Like,
Yeah.
just a group of four friends, four female friends.
Right. I
Good
agree.
shit, man.
I agree. Okay. So my last one
Mm-hmm.
is The Office.
Oh my gosh, yes. Why did I have that on my list? Well, okay, go ahead.
The Office is like one of those shows from the beginning. I just loved it. It aired in March of 2005, until May of 2013, starring Michael, who's Steve Carell as the boss. The show is just really like relatable because like what happens in the show really does happen in like corporate America. It's funny as hell. It's relatable. It's true. Michael and Dwight, they have like sometimes that dry humor, which is really funny to me. Stanley, he don't give a fuck if he gets fired. He just shows up and does his crossword puzzles every day. And
That nigga be
Angela,
talking mad shit.
yes,
Mad shit. Sorry.
he do. He really
Nigga,
do.
he don't be giving a fuck and
Right.
dares you to fire him.
Yeah, he wants to get fired, yo. He really does. And Angela is like the overprotective worker of like the work events, and she just really needs to relax and take a chill pill. And she's actually like a crazy cat lady. But the show is so good. I love it. And it actually won over 51 awards.
This shit is an amazing show. First of all, Twin was being nice. Angela was a bitch.
Yeah, she was.
She was a bitch. Like let's call a spade a spade.
Yes, I agree.
Um, I was late to the party. I actually did not start watching The Office until I don't know, 3, 4 years ago.
Okay.
And once I started, it was a wrap.
It's
Like it's so funny.
it's
It's the
funny.
way that they be looking at the camera.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
Jim be killing it.
Yeah,
Jim's the worst. He's the worst offender of the camera look
he
because he does it
is.
at the right time every time.
Yes.
The
Yes.
white is psycho.
Psycho.
Okay.
And we all know a Dwight in our office or at our job. We know that person.
Yeah. I love that show. That's a really, really, really good one.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites.
I have two bonuses.
Okay.
Real quick, Family Guy. I fucking love
Oh,
Family Guy. It took me again a minute to get on Family Guy because I was a Simpsons loyalist and I felt like what the fuck is this cartoon trying to
right.
be another animated sarcastic? Like I felt like it was competition. I didn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
But once I actually watched it, Family Guy is
Yeah,
it's too funny.
it is. It is.
What's his name? Seth MacFarlane.
Mm-hmm.
Also, too, for a long time I was discriminating against American Dad
Oh
because
yeah.
I didn't really care for that it was a Republican family, but that shit's funny as shit too.
I
Mad
love
funny.
American Dad. I love
Yeah.
both Family Guy and American Dad. Shit's fucking hilarious.
But my last bonus, which I'm surprised this wasn't on your list, Supermarket Sweep.
I ha wait. Yeah, per yo,
Supermarket Sweep.
yo.
When I
It
tell y'all this was our shit,
yo, yo. I
we
haven't.
loved this game.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
We were gonna be on it.
yes. No. No, I have it as one of my runners up, but I, I can't even explain to you guys how much we love that Yo, I love that fucking show.
It looks like so much fun.
Yo, when they was running around at the end getting the big ass bonuses and shit.
Throw those fucking hams and turkeys in the
Right.
cup.
You know, to get the detergent, the hams, the turkeys, the fucking diapers, and the baby formula, and the cheese, the 50 block pound of cheese,
Yes. And the bonuses.
and the bonus, the coffee, the candy, the subs.
Yes. Oh
Wait,
my God.
that, yo. But did you see when they try to fucking revive it? I did. I
Yeah, with Leslie Nielsen. Not Leslie Nielsen. I'm done. What's her name? Leslie
right.
something.
Leslie something. I didn't
But I
like
would
it.
watch it.
I
You
didn't
you came on?
I didn't like it.
No, I didn't see it.
It
It was
I don't want it.
trash.
I don't want it. I don't want
It
to.
didn't. It didn't follow the same format.
I mean, it did, but no.
Yeah, that's messed up. We missed our opportunity.
Yeah,
Even though
I
we was probably
know.
too young. We were kids though
We was really trying to go on it.
in California. How are we getting there?
Right. Right. Yo, that show was amazing. That show was
It was.
everything.
It was, and I love the host too.
Me too. Me
Yeah,
too.
I'm
Damn.
salty low key because we're never gonna be able to do it now.
Yeah, Supermarket Sweep was the shit.
It really was. It really was. All right, what's next on your runners up list?
So, on my runners up, I have a few. Well,
Woo.
more than a few, but I'll just list them off. So, of course, Moesha, Quantum Leap,
Woo.
Murder She Wrote, Matlock, The
Yeah.
Cos
What the fuck was you doing watching that shit?
Murder She Wrote and Matlock was really like my dad's shit, to be honest with you. But it was good. It was still good. Angela Lansbury. The Cosby Show. I had a
Yeah.
different world listed too. I had
Hmm.
Supermarket Sweep. I don't know if you remember, right after Supermarket Sweep, there was Shop Till You Drop, and I loved that fucking show. I had
The name sounds familiar, but I don't recall it.
it was another game show, and it was like in a mall. I loved it. It was more trivia and shit like that. It was really good.
Hmm.
Press Your Luck, I Love Lucy, Garfield, and
Yes.
Muppet
Garfield was
Baby,
the shit.
Muppet
Muppet
Babies,
Babies.
Muppet Babies.
Muppet Babies was the shit.
Yeah.
Muppet Babies was the shit.
Yep.
Why the fuck was Miss Piggy so aggressive?
I know she was.
Like that bitch was it was sexual harassment, my nigga. You had fucking Kermit mad uncomfortable.
Yeah, she had him pinned up quite a few times for no reason.
After a while, he just started taking it. Then he was married. That was by force.
Yes.
He
You
didn't have
remember?
a choice.
Right. But you remember in Muppet Babies how it was always, didn't you always want to know who the fucking mom was? Like they only showed her fucking feet.
Yeah.
Remember that
But he did.
shit?
Yeah. Yes. Yes. You're right. And fucking Charlie Brown was like that too.
Yeah.
You never saw the adults. You only heard
Right.
their fucking wah 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 wah.
Yep. Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah.
All right, well, those were our favorite shows. I'm probably gonna call them our top 10. They're just shows that were influential and impactful in our childhood and our time of growing up.
Mm-hmm.
And so let us know what are some of your favorite shows from your childhood and your teens and your early adulthood life. Pop it in the chat.
Yep.
And until next time, peace.
Peace out, guys.